I'm Kurt from Mañana No Mas, and I'm coming to you from my garage. And this course tutorial is a little different than normal because I'm going to pull back the smoke and mirrors and the veil, and I'm going to show you the magic behind Mañana No Mas and how working virtually, whether as a corporate trainer or a teacher that's working remotely or something along those lines, can be an absolute success. Work with me here and I'll show you some of the secrets that help make me successful in working with people remotely and still honoring the space that my family enjoys inside the house. This time I wanted to be a little more transparent and show you the space that this is that you could also duplicate for your purposes, whether you're working from your living room, your walk-in closet, your garage, or a she shed out in the yard. One of the first things you need to really consider is a source of light. You need really good light to be able to make a video pop and come alive. If you look up in my ceiling, you'll see that I've invested in a set of LED lights that I've mounted. Now here's the cool part. At the end of this tutorial, there'll be a list of links. And in those links, I will show you just how affordable and how accessible some of these accessories are to make your remote work an absolute success. Follow me this way, you'll kind of see where the magic actually happens. And if you were to compare this to, like, I don't know, your walk-in closet or a space in your dining room area or maybe a corner of your family room, this would be kind of the same space that you would see, in those areas. For me, it's a corner of my garage. Like I said earlier, my family works in the rest of the house and they're homeschooled. So they're home all day. And I have the obligation of dealing with clients and students and all kinds of things working remotely. So I want to make sure that I give my family run of the house and that I isolate myself and I'm able to act in a most professional and just quiet way possible to meet my people's needs. So if you look behind me, you'll see that I've got a green screen attached directly to the wall. Again, this is a resource that you'll see at the end, but this kit came with battery-operated LED lighting on tripods, came with a double tripod set that the green screen would hang across, and in my practice, I found the best way to save space was to simply put it right against the wall. My workstation is set up with a pretty high-powered laptop that I use for work, and it has, a 512 hard drive. It's got a 16 gig RAM setup, and it's big enough and it's powerful enough to do the broadcasting that I need to do. The other side of my workstation is a separate monitor that's larger. Now I know a lot of folks that work with 32 and 33-inch screens, and I think this one's a 19 or a 20, but that's not as important as it is to have two separate screens. And here's why. If I go over to my laptop here, you'll see that I can double click on Zoom and I can open Zoom up over here in this screen. I can click New Meeting and that meeting will open up as I have it programmed over here. It'll say join with computer audio and here's how you test the speaker and the microphone, right? And hopefully this is something that you've seen in your screens before. I'm going to say, do you hear the tone? Yes. And then I'm going to check my microphone. All right. And that works. So I say join with computer audio and join with computer audio. Each and every time that I use Zoom, I check the microphone and the camera to make sure that it's what I want it to be. I open this up to full screen. And now here I am working on my big screen, but I've got my secondary screen over here, my laptop, that I can store other information on. For instance, if I wanted to open up a web browser, I can open up that browser in this screen. If I'm broadcasting to Facebook or YouTube Live, I can look at my live comments and I can answer people in real time, seeing their interaction here, but focusing on the main screen. And I'm not switching, from screen to screen to screen on a single laptop, right? I know a lot of folks try to do that, but it's very, very difficult. So if I keep the attention on my big screen, I'm able to go. Now you notice this up here, right? Excellent. You have the camera that comes with your computer, which a lot of people complain about, or you can use the webcam plugged into your computer. Now what's nice about the webcam is I can change its perspective and I can mount that anywhere I want. I keep a clip near my workstation so I can change where it's mounted to, right? So for now, what I've chosen to do is I've chosen to put the camera right here above my Zoom screen. That way, when I'm interviewing somebody or I'm having an interaction with somebody, instead of staring at the screen, I look at the camera. And when I look at the camera, I'm making eye contact with my audience, which is a huge portion of engagement to get from our fans. And I mentioned lighting earlier in the segment. It's one of the first things I mentioned. Remember I said that $50 kit that I got from Amazon came with 8 light bars, okay? So I've got some up in the ceiling that you saw over my head that are drowning the light in from above. Then I've got the light right up here over my green screen. And that is meant to do exactly what I just said, light my green screen. Now, I've got another one that I keep right here over my computer. And when I light that up, yeah, it's a little distracting because it shines right in my face, but it drowns the area where my green screen is in bright white light. I'm going to give you a secret. This secret is based on using one of these. And if you've got like youngsters that do TikTok or you've been around social for a while, you've seen these before. And this is that social media ring that people use, right? So you've got the ability to put your camera in there if you want and have this shine right on your face so that it does what you need it to do. But here's what is a really useful tool to use in a Zoom configuration. When I can change the lighting that comes through there, notice how the color is changing. So if I have white light saturating the area where my green screen is, and I put a yellow light focused on me, right? Whatever my focal point is of my video, if I put it on me, well then that gives you a depth of field and that makes your green screen more crisp. You know when your green screen looks all fuzzy on the sides and it looks fake? Well, when you use different colors of light, it helps to change the perception of the green screen to make it seem more realistic. And that's a whole lot more fun to be able to play with the different backgrounds and things like that when it looks more realistic. Last section, this tutorial on how to use Zoom professionally and remotely, either as a trainer or as a teacher working with students. This last section is about audio. Audio is so important. Audio is actually more important than the video quality, and that's because the audio can be repurposed over and over and over again. Whether you use it for podcasts, for seminars, for audiobooks, there are so many ways to use audio on the internet in addition to the video that you're already recording. Now, if you've used Zoom for any period of time, you know that you can record your sessions on Zoom. And in fact, whether you're putting your sessions live on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, I always advise my clients to use the record function in Zoom so you can record your meetings. I record mine directly to my computer. Other people use the web-based recording that Zoom offers. In any case, having a recording is a great asset to have so you can repurpose that content. When I make my audio, most of the time I use this. This is a Audio-Technica ATR 3000. This microphone was not expensive and the quality is fantastic. So I recommend this quite a bit, and I keep this in my workstation and it's real close to my Zoom area and I'm able to communicate with people readily using this and get great sound quality every time. Now, if I'm going to be more active, or if you're a more active person, if you're in front of your students and you're like super active and you're walking back and forth in a room or back and forth across the camera, or you turn your back on the camera to write on the wall or something like that, well then I'm going to suggest something different. I'm going to suggest that you use a wireless lavalier microphone system. This one right here by Samson is a unit that I've got. This is the XPD2 lavalier microphone. It's a wireless system, and what that means is the microphone portion here, this will attach somewhere to my shirt or to my collar, and then this cable will run down my blouse or my shirt into this transceiver. The transceiver communicates wirelessly to this USB-driven receiver, which is in the computer. Hopefully I'm saying this in a way that makes sense. In any case, this microphone can be plugged into the computer and can send the audio directly to the computer synchronized with the video. This wireless lavalier microphone does the same thing, however it does it wirelessly. And if I move or take my attention away from the microphone, it's with me, so the audio quality stays the same for the whole recording. And that's the benefit. It's the consistency in audio rather than, being clumsy and running stuff through your clothes. I've found that having the audio made through Zoom has made things much more efficient and effective for my podcast productions. When you record in Zoom, the system automatically separates video from audio. So you get video with audio or you get audio only. And you can take the audio only and you can import that into almost any podcast publication software that you use. I prefer Anchor FM, and that goes out to like 14 other channels. So I'm able to repurpose my content for use over and over and over again. This is part of what makes Zoom one of the most efficient tools in my new virtual business model launching forward into 2020. Hey folks, this last piece is being recorded both on the phone camera and on the Zoom camera. And my goal here is to show you the difference in product between using just the camera with the green screen or what people would see through a standard Zoom presentation without a backdrop versus what people will see through a Zoom presentation with a backdrop. I've already been super transparent and I've shown you what my work area looks like in real life. And this is what my work area looks like to people that sign in and meet with me online. Please join me in the success of working remotely and online. I know that some folks may be uncomfortable with the idea of the COVID crisis or being stuck at home, but right now, this is our time to move forward. If you're an essential employee or if you can add value to others, now is the time to double down. If not now, when? And if not you, who? So I'm super thankful that you've agreed to spend this time with me. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you find value in it. And while this tutorial was about setting up a workstation, if you need assistance in using Zoom or any of the live tools like Facebook Live or YouTube Live, or broadcasting the LinkedIn Live, or setting all these things up to work in tandem, please know that I'm here to help you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All it takes is you.